Madlang people.
Everything was done to obscure the sights and the sounds of what was happening
What's
just
up,
before
madlang
the
people.
house.
Marami akong gagawin ngayon.
No one inside the house had to see or understand or know about the horror next door. The furniture that is going to
Hello, the Romancos. Hello, sis. What's up? Kumusta? Maraming salamat. Thank you. Late na ako nag-live. Yes. Nag-live ka pa lang. Ngayon lang kasi ako nakakaroon ng time. Hindi ako makadalaw ngayon sa live. Oo, tatamsakan kita. Thank you. Buti naman. Grabe, ano? Yung screencast. Pero wala naubusan ako ng ano. Naubusan ako ng screencast. Maganda yung screencast mo eh. Yung naglaruan ba yun? Puzzle, tsaka yung ano, carving. Ay, yung sa food, ano. Galing, no? Sige lang, congrats din sa'yo. Oo, naubusan ako ng i-content eh, kaya, pero okay lang. Sige lang. Salamat sis. Oo, mamaya. Ano ko muna to. Ilagay sa dishwasher. Salamat sis. Mamaya puntahan ko ito. Like 3 pala. Congrats na lang sa ating dalawa. Hello, shout out. Late na nga ako, yung mahabol lang ako kasi isang araw na walang live. Babagsak ang ano, ang views, di ba? Hello, shout out. Jerry's Life 63. Hello, pretty lady. Hello. Hello, Jerry. How are you? Welcome to my live. Jerry in the house. How are you, Jerry? Thanks. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I'm good too. Hello, everybody here. I'm good as you. Yeah, hello, Abdullah. Hi, hello. How are you, Abdullah? Abdullah, how are you, Abdullah? Yeah, that's true. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up. This is a baby. It's not a baby. I don't know why. That's true. I'm not a baby. Thank you for the like. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Are you in LA now, Jerry? The wildfire. How's the wildfire there? I hope you are very far from LA. I think you are from Indiana. Are you? And a baby. Yes, I can believe you remember. Yeah, of course. I put a I put a blue jacket. So some people I remember they are nice. That's why. I can't remember other people if they are really rude. Some people here are they're not nice. So I can't remember them. Only nice people I can remember. So I am very right. Ooh, just remember. Oh wow. And that to my memory then. You're lucky I remembered. Yes. Thank you. I haven't seen you live stream for a while now. No, I'm doing it every day. Just today it's too late, you know. I'm doing the live stream every day. But today I started late because if I can't do it, then my views and my watch hour will gonna be like zero, you know. So I have to maintain it. So I do the live stream every day as much as possible, as much as I can. Sometimes I'm busy. I can't do it. That's why I have to do the other thing. Now I am on the camera just to update it. Just to update my watch hour views. Because if I can do it, I'm gonna be losing a lot. A lot, a lot. It's gonna be zero. So I try really. I try to. See, today I'm already late. I'm starting late, but it's okay. It's okay. No problem. While I'm doing my stuff before bedtime. You're beautiful and kind as ever. Thank you. You are you are nice as just like before. Yeah, you are. You are. Thank you. You are welcome.
The Israeli Prime Minister was supposed to start his day like this, convening his security cabinet to approve the newly inked ceasefire and hostage release deal. Instead, the Prime Minister's office issuing this dramatic statement, accusing
You
Hamas
are
of trying to
welcome,
extort last-minute concessions,
Jerry's.
saying the cabinet will not
Mr.
convene
Jerry.
until mediators notify Israel that Hamas has accepted all elements of the agreement. After 8 hours of limbo, the deal appeared to be back on track.
Or in the
Israeli
house
officials
still.
telling
Thank you
CNN
so
the security
much.
cabinet will now convene tomorrow morning. As for Netanyahu's political wrangling, far from over. His national security minister Ben Gvir now vowing to resign.
Yes, yes, I'm good. I'm good. Everything is good. I hope you too.
The Jewish Power Party will not be part of the government and will withdraw from it.
Yes, it's good. It's good. No problem.
Smotrich is also threatening to leave the
I hope you
coalition
too.
government over the deal. The finance minister declaring a clear condition for our remaining in the government is absolute certainty of returning to war with great
I
force
hope you
after the
too.
first phase
Yours
of the deal
too.
is over. Amid the political wrangling, the anguish of hostage families like Ruth Strum, whose sons are both being held hostage in Gaza. She says only one is expected to be released in the first phase of the deal.
Everything is good here too. Great. It's. I'm glad. I'm glad you are.
The wait for the ceasefire
I'm
looks
glad.
like this. Israel's attacks unrelenting. In the 24 hours since Israel and
It's
Hamas
cool.
reached the ceasefire agreement, Israeli strikes have killed at least 83 people, including 23 children, according to Gaza's civil defense. As the bodies pile up, one man pleads with his sister's lifeless body. "Wake up, Hala, wake up," he cries. "The war is over." Hala was just days away from a life free from the threat of bombs and bullets. But as the dead and the wounded continue to flow into this hospital, it is clear Hala will not be this war's last victim. The question now is how many more will it claim?
We urge the meditators who brokered this truce
You are
to
in
hurry
Sorry
up
right now.
and
No,
come into effect. For it to be today
I'm in
is better
Canada.
than tomorrow. For it to be
I'm in Canada now.
is better than 8, because there are martyrs every hour.
Amid the ruins of Gaza,
Yes.
every hour also brings
I'm not in Missouri.
all and soon.
I think you're the one who forgot.
And Wolf, we are anticipating that security
But it's
cabinet vote
okay.
will happen tomorrow. The full cabinet vote is likely going to happen on Saturday evening, and that will now thrust this major question mark.
See, I told you I can't remember. You're confused. With so many, I think you're supporting a lot. That's why it's okay. It's okay. You get confused. It's okay. You got confused already. It's okay. No problem.
Why is the hostage and ceasefire deal hasn't been officially signed yet?
Mhm.
The negotiators are still in Doha. As far as I understand, until 5 minutes ago, the deal hasn't been signed.
No problem.
There's a big question mark on why this thing is being delayed. And I think it is connected to why this Israeli cabinet meeting has been delayed and the full cabinet meeting has been delayed.
Is that you in the red dress? Yes.
And one official told me that
Yes, I am.
some issues that Hamas raised and some legal issues in Israel, but other officials raised the question of whether this is connected
Beautiful.
to the
Thank
fact
you.
that Netanyahu wants this deal to be
Appreciate the compliment. Thank you for the compliment.
with Donald Trump assumes office.
Interesting, this isn't
That's right.
how much leverage does President-elect Trump have to push this agreement through?
Yes, we're gonna be here. Two. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. One watching. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate your time being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. You have a nice house. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it is. Thank you, Jerry. Ayan. Mhm. Yun. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yun. Correct. Yun. Mhm. Hello, thank you. Hello, hello, everybody. siya. Hello, Mr. Bond. Bond is in the house. Bond is in the house. You fall asleep. Did you fall asleep? Yeah. I'm catching up my live stream today. It's late already. But I don't want to miss one day to the live stream because the watch hour and the views gonna be zero. That's why. That is why. It's tiring, but it's okay.
Push for that. And let's hope it's fully implemented indeed. Congressman Jason Crow, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And coming up, new CNN polling tonight on how Americans feel about Donald Trump just ahead of his second term, and why the numbers now might not necessarily last. Stay with us.
This part changed my life.
Superman, crazy. Just that simple little thing over the horse.
Chris wanted to change the world.
People are literally walking because of him.
Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, February 2nd on CNN.
Sore throat got you, Club? Use tonight's Insta Zoo Sore Throat Medicated Drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts. Try our new sugar-free cough drop. Insta Zoo.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates, so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
You're getting ready to dive into crypto for the first time, but you're a little worried about the fine print and feeling intimidated about how to start. We get that investing in crypto is no small decision, which is why, as a crypto-focused asset manager, we'll do more to keep you covered on your crypto journey, so you don't end up like this guy. Grayscale.
The fancy you take care of all this. This is what's keeping my baby girl alive.
It's everything for us. We wouldn't know what to do. We couldn't afford for our little girl to survive. And St. Jude gives us that.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own.
That's awful.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. And he got $2 million in coverage all online. Life insurance made easy. Check your price today at ethos.com.
Here is your grande cup of anxiety and diarrhea. Like,
No, I need a coffee that helps reduce bloating and doesn't make me
okay, I'm not supposed to say crap, but just hold on a second. Big crap. You should try Rise Specialty Coffee. Long-lasting energy without the stomach problems.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. With fast and secure payment, card readers you can rely on, and one place to manage it all. Whatever the stage, businesses that grow with Shopify.
If you have heart failure or chronic kidney disease, Farxiga
Thank
can help you
you,
keep living
Bond.
life, because there are places you'd like to
Bond.
be.
Thank you,
Serious
thank
side
you,
effects include
Bond.
increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, both which may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
Why do NFL players choose to sleep over smart bed? I like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want. Introducing the new Sleep Over Climate Cool Smart Bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Hold on. National champ. Hockey players always find trouble in the off-season. You know what Sudbury's like in summer.
Summer in Sudbury, baby.
Good and weird.
What do you boys? Are you talking about the boys or the bars?
The boys.
Ano na to?
I'm Pete Montine at Reagan National Airport. This is CNN.
Tonight, CNN's exclusive group polling, released today, shows the majority of Americans approve of how President-elect Trump is handling his transition with just 4 days to go before he returns to power. Trump's 55% approval rating for this current transition far higher than the 40% approval he got for his transition 8 years ago. let's get some analysis from our expert political analysts. And I want to start with you, Mark. What do you think explains this remarkable difference in the approval for Trump going into this second term as opposed to going into his first term?
Well, Wolf, I think a lot of this is an extension from Election Day. I think the reality was a sweeping election. I think Americans wanted to change back to the Trump policies of the first administration. And I think that there's a lot in the national news that's beneficial to Trump, such as the economy, markets are rallying. People expect a deregulatory agenda. And I think on the world stage, while I'm sure the Biden administration is frustrated that Trump seems to take credit for a lot of things, the peace deal in the Middle East, I think, is going to benefit. So I think there's a lot of things that are just in national news. I don't think most Americans follow this closely as we do here in the Beltway, the ups and downs and the personality dramas. So I just think it's more a reflection of the national news.
That's a good point. Alyssa Farrah-Griffin is with us as well. Alyssa, historically, the honeymoon doesn't necessarily last all that long. Expectations for Biden and Obama, for that matter, were even higher just ahead of their first terms. How does Trump navigate this?
Listen, I think Trump is keenly aware that he's got about 2 years to really put his agenda in place ahead of the midterms. He comes into office with a lot better of an idea of how to enact policies, how he wants to get his agenda done than he did in 2016. I would expect we're going to see some executive orders on day one, probably related to immigration and the border. I think he's going to try to do as much as he can through executive action, so that even with a House of Representatives and a Senate that is favorable to him, things on Capitol Hill still take a lot of time, and he's going to want to clock some wins early. But let's be clear, those of us who do follow it closely, there's already been plenty of drama. There will be. That's kind of the inevitability of Trump's governing style. And then there's the things that are outside of his control that just happen with presidents, crises he's going to have to deal with. There's going to need to be a supplemental to deal with these LA wildfires. So he's going to have his plate full, but he's coming in with a very clear agenda of what he wants to do.
It certainly is. Kate Pettigreen, there's another part of our brand new CNN poll that I want to get your reaction to, and I'll put it up on the screen. 56% of Americans say they expect good economic conditions a year from now. That's much more optimism than Americans expressed in a poll from 2023, where just 38% felt that way. Is this a positive sentiment from Americans coming in right now? What do you think?
I think this has the potential to cut both ways for Trump. On the one hand, coming in, yes, of course, you want people to feel like they have confidence in your leadership. He may have a great opportunity here to put in place an agenda that feels like it's capitalizing on what people want to see him do. But when expectations are high, it's also easy to fall short of them. And I think you've actually heard Trump kind of allude to this concern in some of the interviews that he's given recently. He said, I think when he sat down with NBC, he said, well, there's really not that much a president can do to bring down prices. So I think he's certainly acutely aware that once he's actually in that chair, people will start holding him accountable for the things that he said he would do. And if expectations are high, it can be a lot harder to deliver on what you promised you would do. So it can cut both ways.
It's a lot more difficult to achieve than it is to simply promise.
It's absolutely true.
Absolutely true. Mark, Democrats are praising President Biden's warning in his speech last night, his address to the nation from the Oval Office, warning of a coming, what do you call it, oligarchy and tech industrial complex seeking to take over America. That was his warning. Trump, as you know, ran as a populist, but has aligned with various billionaires like Elon Musk. Is this a valid concern that Biden expressed?
I heard Bernie Sanders share that same concern, but I don't know how widely that is shared. I think that the reality is that Democrats have gotten a lot of support from Hollywood billionaires each and every cycle. The fact that Elon Musk, I think, was very helpful to the Trump campaign, I think just is a reflection of the fact that there were a lot of people that wanted change, including him. So I wouldn't accept the oligarchy challenges yet.
Alyssa, let me get your thoughts. Some MAGA supporters, as you know, like Steve Bannon, are warning about the influence of various types like Elon Musk. Does this have the potential to split Trump's MAGA base?
Listen, I think the base is ultimately with Donald Trump, but I think it could still create some friction. Listen, Elon Musk and Donald Trump have been great allies and partners through the campaign. Elon Musk funneled a lot of campaign cash to him, but I think it could get more complicated once Donald Trump is sworn in on Monday and he is the president. He is the most powerful man on the planet, and Elon's got to take a back seat, and there are going to be decisions Donald Trump chooses to make that are not necessarily going to align with his. So I think similar, frankly, to how you saw friction in the first Trump term where Steve Bannon was put on the outside, Similar could happen with Elon Musk because at the end of the day, Donald Trump's going to do what he wants to do. And I think after, all these, 8 years 10 years he's been in the public life, his base tends to follow Donald Trump and Donald Trump alone.
Interesting. Kate, CNN's Kayla Tashi, one of our correspondents, writes this about the Biden team's failing to cultivate Elon Musk as an ally early in the Biden administration. She writes this, and I'm quoting now. Some have wondered whether their actions to exclude Musk may have emboldened the entrepreneur to back Trump and pour $250 million into efforts to re-elect him. You worked in the Biden White House. Was this a mistake?
Well, maybe. When we've seen that Musk has obviously put a lot of money and influence into helping Donald Trump. So perhaps you could argue it was a mistake not to more closely cultivate a relationship with him. But I also think it is an awful indictment of where we are in our country and actually sort of reinforces what Biden was saying last night. If we're in a place where we are having to play to a billionaire's ego in order to make policy decisions those decisions should be made with Americans all across the country in mind, not Elon Musk or another tech billionaire's ego in mind.
All right, guys. Excellent analysis from all of you, and thanks very, very much. Just ahead, there's more news we're following. CNN is live on the ground in California amid new efforts to try to get wildfire victims back to their homes.
Kobe believed in himself at the youngest possible age.
It's one of the most remarkable stories in sports history. I don't want to be remembered as just a basketball player.
Kobe premieres January 25th on CNN.
Want a next level clean? Swish with the Whoa of Listerine. It kills 99.9% of bad breath germs for 5 times more cleaning power than brushing and flossing alone. Get a next level clean with Listerine. Feel the Whoa.
Hungry Root is here, and I needed it because my fridge is super empty.
It's so easy to just whip together a quick, healthy meal.
Head to hungryroot.com for healthy groceries and simple recipes. Plus, get free veggies for life.
Empire makes it so easy that you just don't need to shop around. Everything that we need to get it done and get it done right. The new flooring just changes your whole house.
800-588-2300 today. The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how Abby can help you save.
This is what it feels like to file with TaxSlayer. Confident you'll get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
I'm Aches.
And I'm Paige.
And we keep you up at night because we're aches and pains. You think you're sore in the morning because of your age?
You don't hurt because you're old. You hurt because your mattress stinks, which makes our job a lot easier. That's her in the morning.
Purple is proven to help you rise refreshed, which is awful.
For us, it's very good news for you.
Do not go to purple.com.
Do not visit a Purple store.
If I had to start college again from scratch, I probably wouldn't have made it. University of Phoenix made the process of transferring my credits seamless and simple. Life's too short to repeat the work you've already done.
I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of whole body deodorant like Mando. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and controls odor for 72 hours. Mando's unique formula stops odor before it starts. That's my secret to better odor control everywhere.
Trying on glasses using Warby Parker's virtual try-on is so lifelike, so realistic, that you might not even be able to tell what's real from what's virtual. Yep, it's that good. Virtually try on hundreds of styles at warbyparker.com.
How can you tell if your supplements were developed by amateurs or pros? Neither could we. That's why I joined forces with 7 other leading doctors to create Doctors Preferred. Supplements formulated by us, like this clinical grade berberine.
Doctors Preferred supplements are doctor formulated, using clinically validated ingredients, and triple tested for purity and potency.
Don't trust your health to the amateurs. Choose Doctors Preferred for better science and better results.
Look for clinical grade berberine and other Doctors Preferred products in stores near you.
I'm Phil Mattingly at the Panama Canal, and this is CNN.
In Los Angeles tonight, there's growing uncertainty and frustration as residents start returning to what's left of their homes. Some who lost everything in the fires now searching for answers as they try to rebuild their lives. CNN's Veronica Miracle reports from Altadena, California.
These people have lost everything. It's not just us. It's everybody.
The flames that burned down the Pasminos Altadena home may now be extinguished.
That was a TV.
But so are their hopes for a happy life in the home they built for their kids.
We've lost this house, and we don't think that we'll ever be able to be in a house again.
Now they and thousands of other fire victims who lost their property are bracing for even harder times as a result.
We've only been given 3 months pause on our mortgage. The interest will still accrue.
And these rentals literally cost twice as more than my mortgage. What?
Days after the devastation, officials scrambling to help frustrated Angelinos receive insurance payouts.
We want them to start the claim process immediately.
The county now gathering and posting photos of individual losses from the Palisades and Eden fires on a website for residents that need proof of destruction for their insurance providers. But thousands are under orders not to return home even for a few minutes because of possible gas leaks, downed power lines, deadly debris, and
there are areas that we are holding because we believe there may be deceased victims there.
And public health risks are mounting. The city says even much of the dust and ash left behind is toxic, possibly laced with dangerous substances like asbestos. Though some, like Horst Edelhart, are ignoring those orders.
I've been here for 20 years, so where else do I go?
Insured or not, many fire survivors have nowhere to turn, some making personal appeals to anyone who sees them.
All over Altadena, we are seeing signs like this pop up in front of people's burned out homes. They're leaving their QR code that links directly to their GoFundMe pages so that if you're here, you can scan it and donate immediately.
In the meantime, the Pasminos and many like them wait for news from their insurance companies to see what of their former life they can rebuild.
I didn't take anything for myself. I didn't take anything.
Wolf, so much loss, so much frustration and many emotions here, but we have been here for the last few days and we have seen firsthand just how dangerous it is still. And we're also seeing crews around the clock working very hard. There's firefighters over my shoulder, just cutting down all of the dead and burned trees. And also, if you look over this way, this is a site that you'll see pretty much on every block. Utility crews working to restore power, working to put those utility poles back up. So much is happening in here, and many people are working very hard to make sure that it is safe so that people can come back, hopefully within the next week. Wolf.
All right, Veronica, thank you very much. Veronica Miracle reporting. Coming up tonight, a new announcement from the U.S. Supreme Court as a ban looms for the popular app TikTok.
Follow the Trump confirmation hearings. Follow the facts. Follow CNN.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. How about Africa? Safari, hot air balloon ride, swim with elephants. Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment
On a ranch
in Montana.
with horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
At Humana, we believe your health care should evolve with you. And part of that evolution means choosing the right Medicare plan for you. Humana can help. Hi, My name is Sam Davis, and I'm going to tell you about Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans that can provide more coverage than original Medicare, including prescription drug coverage, all wrapped up into one convenient plan. With original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits, but you have to meet a deductible for each, and then you're still responsible for 20% of the cost. Next, let's look at Medicare supplement plans. If a service is covered under original Medicare, then a Medicare supplement plan pays for some or all of your Medicare deductibles and the 20% co-insurance, but they may have higher monthly premiums and no prescription drug coverage. Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans include medical coverage, plus prescription drug coverage, with $0 copays on hundreds of prescriptions. Most plans include $0 copays for covered preventive dental services, vision coverage that includes vision exams and a yearly allowance toward eyewear, even hearing benefits that include routine hearing exams and coverage toward hearing aids. You can get $0 copays for in-network preventive services and $0 copays for routine vaccines. And there's worldwide coverage for emergency and urgent care when you travel. Plus, Humana also offers Medicare Advantage plans. Plans have $0 or low monthly plan premiums, and there's a cap on your out-of-pocket costs. So call or go online today to see if there's a Humana plan in your area and to get our free decision guide. Licensed Humana sales agents are standing by, so call now. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Yoo-hoo, you're making everything orange.
We're showing where Consumer Cellular gets great coverage. We use the same towers as Big Wireless, so you get the same coverage.
Wow.
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call Consumer Cellular.
If you're wondering what the good stuff is all about, we're gonna cook and DIY and play games. Like any good recipe, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Things are about to get real exciting, all the good stuff. I also obviously really like to cook. You have to try this at home. I think with food, you can share so much emotion just in a few bites.
Absolutely.
And so much memory and love.
Simple dinners with your family, with your friends. That's what life is all about.
The Good Stuff with Mary Berg. Weekdays on CTV at Crave.
The Navy League of Canada is welcoming new cadets to join our youth program for 9 to 12-year-olds. Navy League cadets discover the thrill of the sea and the joy of lifelong friendships. Develop leadership skills, discipline, and resilience that will shape their future. Visit our website or call us today to learn about the exciting journey of Navy League cadets and the oceans of opportunities. Ask a parent before going online. The Navy League of Canada, empowering the leaders of tomorrow.
Now,
The thing about emergency medicine, you never know what you're gonna get.
I need help here.
Even though you're doing everything right, you don't always get what you hope for.
The Pit, streaming exclusively on Max.
We have just learned that the United States Supreme Court now plans to release some opinions tomorrow morning, and this comes as the 9 justices have a major decision to make on the fate of a law that could ban TikTok here in the United States. CNN's Brian Thomas joining us with more on TikTok's fate. Brian, there's a lot of last-minute political wrangling as time seems to be running out.
Time is indeed running out quickly. Well, a ban on TikTok in the U.S. takes effect on Sunday, but there are still some possible moves might keep the lights on a little longer. It's down to a matter of hours before one of America's most popular apps could face a shutdown in the U.S. A ban on TikTok takes effect Sunday, unless the Supreme Court steps in to block it, or TikTok's Chinese owners suddenly sell the app's U.S. operations to American buyers. Both scenarios unlikely.
A sale of TikTok between now and Sunday is virtually impossible because, among other things, the Chinese government has said they don't intend to approve a sale that quickly.
There have been other possibilities floated. President Biden does have the option before he leaves office to impose a delay on the TikTok ban for up to 90 days. But that would require proof that significant progress has been made on a deal to sell TikTok. There's no indication of that, and a White House official has told CNN it will be up to the next administration to implement.
We'll take a look at TikTok.
Sources tell CNN President-elect Donald Trump is weighing a potential executive order to sign when he gets into office that would delay the ban to give more time for a deal to purchase TikTok. But legal experts question whether a president could reverse a law using an executive order.
The president usually does not have the authority to simply say, okay, Congress just passed the law by an overwhelming bipartisan majority, executive branch, I order you to ignore it. That would be an aggressive and I think controversial legal move.
Trump once favored a ban of TikTok in the US, but changed course.
We love TikTok. I'm gonna save TikTok.
Behind this whole debate right now of TikTok and tech and national security, there is a real also political incentive to connect with a younger group of voters that were, the president-elect feels, were key towards his election win.
This comes as sources tell CNN TikTok CEO Shou Chew is planning to attend Donald Trump's inauguration. Chew joins tech leaders like Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and others. Many of them courted Trump recently at Mar-a-Lago, have changed their company's policies to realign with the new MAGA momentum, and are being rewarded with seats on the inauguration stage.
Toys on a shelf. They please put them up there to show them off. These are the world's richest people who could be anywhere else, and they're sitting there at the behest of Donald Trump, and they're gonna sit there and take it from him because he's now the president of the United States.
Our fellow Americans.
President Biden warned in an Oval Office address against tech CEOs who he believes are more interested in unfettered profit than the public good.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
TikTok has declined to comment on the possibilities that Donald Trump or Joe Biden could take action to save the app. Now, even though TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, has long been adamant that it will not sell, some serious offers have come in, including a bid from Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary and former Los Angeles Dodgers owner Frank McCourt, which values the app at about $20 billion.
What kind of buying, Brian, will the companies that sell this app be in if this ban takes effect?
Those companies are Apple and Google. They sell the app to anyone who wants to buy it, put it on their phone. Now, legal analysts and tech experts have told us that those companies could do nothing when the ban takes effect. They could ignore it in the hopes that a deal to sell it comes down the line and something could happen within a few weeks or months. But they would be running a risk doing that. They could get millions of dollars in fines if they ignore it and keep selling the app to people. So they're in a bind as well.
We'll see what the Supreme Court announces tomorrow. Thanks very much, Brian Todd, reporting. Coming up, we have details on the settlement reached today between Rudy Giuliani and the two Georgia election workers he defamed. Plus, lost in space, breaking news on the fate of the Starship spacecraft that launched today.
Aaron Burnett out front, next on CNN.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something? Nope. Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm gonna go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one.
How am I getting home?
Sit down my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine, but I'm bringing this.
Alright.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's gonna all work out. Thanks, future me.
90 days can change your life. With the 90-day challenge, reverse the signs of aging. Cerevital Advanced has been such a game changer for me. Cerevital Advanced reduces wrinkles and promotes weight loss. My skin looks healthier.
I literally shed a few pounds in the first couple of weeks. It does give me the feeling of just being radiantly alive.
Get a free welcome kit when you join the 90-day challenge at cerevital.com.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Who's coming in the driveway?
My daughter is being treated for leukemia. I hope that she lives a long, great, happy life, and that she will never forget how Mom and Daddy love her. St. Jude, this is what's keeping my baby girl alive.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. For just $19 a month, you'll help us continue the life-saving research and treatment of these kids in need, now and in the future.
Cancer makes me feel angry, like I'm not in the, feel on the outside, just the inside I'm angry at it.
when your kid is hurting and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the worst feeling in the world. 1 in 5 children diagnosed with cancer in the U.S. will not survive.
Those that donate to St. Jude, I hope that you will continue to give. They have done so much for me and my family.
Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt. Or for a limited time only, join for $39 a month to receive this exclusive St. Jude jacket you can proudly wear to show your support.
When we came here, we didn't know what tomorrow would hold. St. Jude showed us that tomorrow there's hope for a little girl to survive.
Let's cure childhood cancer together. Please donate now.
Well, you're in the big leagues now.
How was your vacation, son? Wow, I needed one.
With your 10% loyalty program discount, that's $225 for the night.
Not bad.
$155 for the night.
Hold up. How?
It's easy when you know what to do. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to 40%.
Trivago's my secret tactic.
Hotel? Trivago.
Why do NFL players choose to sleep over smart bed? I like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
The game is just changing.
There's been 303, but it's not what we're doing. I think it's really unique.
But really making sure it's more than just a moment. We want to do a movement. We're going to put the best in women's basketball.
This Rouse Road Fight. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30 on TNC and Stream on Max.
Rudy Giuliani just avoided a potentially disastrous trial after reaching a settlement with those 2 Georgia election workers he defamed. Our crime and justice correspondent, Caitlin Polans, is gathering details for us. So what do we know, Caitlin, about the settlement?
Well, Rudy Giuliani previously was owing them $150 million, but the settlement has no numbers in it. All it says is they've reached a settlement, and this is it. This concludes the litigation of Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, who were so severely defamed by Giuliani, and then were trying to collect on that massive debt he owed them, and were chasing him in court and winning over and over and over again. The few details that we do have, we're just getting the public statements from both sides. Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, they put out a statement that says, "We have reached an agreement and we can now move forward with our lives. We have agreed to allow Mr. Giuliani to retain his property in exchange for compensation and his promise not to ever defame us." And then Rudy Giuliani posting on social media, he said, "I've been able to retain my New York co-op and Florida condominium and all of my personal belongings. This whole episode was unfortunate. I and the plaintiffs have agreed not to ever talk about each other in any defamatory manner, and I urge others to do the same." Now, Giuliani, he had already lost the New York co-op worth $6 million. A Mercedes-Benz from 1980, classic convertible. He had lost baseball memorabilia. He had lost furniture. And what he was doing today, on the moment we have this settlement, he was going to trial to potentially lose a $3 million Florida condo right beachside in Palm Beach near Mar-a-Lago, as well as his World Series rings from the Yankees wins when he was mayor. All of that, we don't know exactly why this ended, but we do know he's keeping his stuff and his property.
How did this settlement come about?
Well, that is the biggest question tonight for everyone. Did someone bail Rudy Giuliani out on the eve of trial? These women were not just trying to collect on their debt. They had been winning sanctions for him to pay their legal fees. He would have needed many hundreds of thousands of dollars just to satisfy the things he already had that he owed them, let alone the debt itself. He himself is worth about $10 million with all of his assets, and he's not giving them to them. One thing we do know, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social not long ago, "Save Rudy."
Interesting. All right, Caitlin Polans, thank you very much for that update. Finally tonight, some breaking news just coming into the situation here. Rocket company SpaceX now says it believes its Starship spacecraft did not survive today's test flight. Starship was supposed to lap Earth before splashing down in the Indian Ocean, but stopped at delivering data to mission control after launch. SpaceX says the rocket booster powering the flight did successfully land at the launch time. We'll continue to monitor. To our viewers, thanks very much for watching. I'm Wolf Blitzer in the Situation Room. Aaron Burnett, our front, starts right now.
Out front next, Trump's House Intelligence Committee, a major shakeup at the top of this committee. A Trump loyalist replacing someone who's broken with Trump on Russia and Ukraine, the 2020 election, and his handling of classified documents. Plus the TikTok ban about to go into effect. Americans, like hundreds of millions of them, flocking to another social media app. And guess what? This one is also Chinese, maybe even more Chinese than TikTok. What is Red Note? How big of a risk is it? And out front at the Panama Canal, why Trump is so focused on getting it back. Let's go out front. Good evening, I'm Aaron Burnett. Out front tonight, it is now Trump's Intelligence Committee. After a stunning shakeup, Republican Congressman Rick Crawford is now the chair of the House Intelligence Committee, unexpectedly replacing Republican Mike Turner, who happens to be a staunch supporter of Ukraine. Crawford now, though, voted against Ukraine aid, and is someone who's had Trump's back on issue after issue for years. He voted to object to the 2020 election. Crawford's sudden rise to the Intel Committee chair was a shock. I mean, Turner is a widely respected leader there. But it comes after the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, removed Turner. And the New York Times reports, Turner says that Mike Johnson told him his ouster was the result of a request from Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. And the sudden stunning congressional coup even has some Republicans crying foul tonight. Congressman Dan Crenshaw telling reporters the decision seemed to, quote, come out of nowhere, quote, with no good explanation. But could this be the reason?
Do you believe it is still worth it for the United States to send whatever needs to be sent to Ukraine?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There was no hesitation there. Of course, that kind of steadfast support for Ukraine is not what we have heard from either Trump or Turner's replacement. Crawford says, I cannot in good faith vote to send billions of dollars in non-military financial aid to Ukraine to prop up its economy, making it clear where his vote is. Now, Turner, though, when you look at him, okay, he supports Ukraine, but his conservative voting record, if you're looking for a Republican with the right bona fides, is pristine. He has voted with Trump 92% of the time. With Trump, 92% of the time. But here's the thing about Turner. He is not afraid to break with Trump when he thinks it's the right thing to do. Just listen to the ousted Chairman Turner on Trump's handling of classified documents.
So I have great concern about both of those type of documents being out in an unsecured place.
A great concern. And Turner was furious on Trump's controversial 2019 phone call with Zelensky. The call, remember, where Trump pressured Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. The call that led to Trump's impeachment. Here's Turner.
I've read the complaint, and I've read the transcript of the conversation with the President and the President of Ukraine. Concerning that conversation, I want to say, President, this is not okay. It is that conversation is not okay, and I think it's disappointing to the American public when they read the transcript.
So whichever of those things, whatever of those things may be Trump's concern, Turner is gone. And again, he's gone despite a 92% voting record with Trump. That appears to be what happens when you do not play ball, which may explain why the executives from just about every big tech firm in the U.S. are now planning to attend Trump's inauguration on Monday in person. It's like a phalanx. It includes the leaders of Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla, OpenAI, and of course the company that is hoping that Trump will throw them a last-minute lifeline. That is TikTok, which is on track to face a nationwide ban this weekend. Now, look, here's the thing. They are all in line, and then all the money donated, all of the genuflecting going on. Trump has gone to battle with several of these companies in the past. They don't want that to happen again. I mean, take the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. Just before the 2020 election, he spoke about the importance of combating misinformation on Facebook.
We're going to take this seriously and make sure that people aren't declaring victory and saying that any kind of ongoing counting of votes is evidence of a rigged election or anything like that. I think that would be dangerous. I think it would be kind of delegitimizing of the election. And I think it could risk increasing, people getting into the streets and civil unrest after the election, which I think would be very problematic.
That was in the year 2000. It was just weeks before the election that Trump then went on to claim was stolen. That was the lie that helped fuel the insurrection. And now, 4 years later, those lies that Zuckerberg claimed were problematic, well, not so much anymore. Now it's just free speech. Manu Raju is out front live on Capitol Hill. So Manu, it's stunning what's happened at the top of the Intelligence Committee. Mike Turner, widely respected Republican, as I said, his voting record close to pristine when it comes to voting in line with Trump. So what is the Republican reaction with this stunning ouster of the Intelligence Committee chair?
Well, a lot of Republicans were simply blindsided by this move. The members of that committee are very much aligned with Mike Turner. Many of those Republicans, including Congressman Dan Crenshaw, who said it came out of nowhere with no good explanation. He had a meeting with Mike Johnson. Others wanted to hear directly from the speaker themselves and really concerned about what this may mean for this critical committee, which over the last couple of years has operated on a bipartisan basis with Mike Turner as the GOP chairman and Jim Hines as the top Democrat. This committee, though, a few years back was fraught with partisanship, with battles between the then chairman Devin Nunes, the then ranking Democrat Adam Schiff. There's concern about going back to that fraught time when this committee, a powerful one, oversees the nation's intelligence apparatus, also has some key legislative authority as well. Now, Mike Turner has sparred with the Trump wing of the party on some key issues, including giving warrantless surveillance authority to the federal government, including on aid to Ukraine, a different position than his new chairman of the committee, Rick Crawford, has now espoused. The speaker, however, Aaron, has strongly denied that Donald Trump had any role in this whatsoever. He said that he wanted to bring, quote, fresh faces into the House Intelligence Committee, and I'm told by a source familiar with his thinking that he wanted to bring his own chairman in the way his predecessor Kevin McCarthy did in bringing in Mike Turner, but that is still not enough to quell some of those GOP concerns about this move.
All right, yeah, and I guess just to make the point again, the New York Times reporting that Turner says Johnson told him that this was the result of a request from Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. So that is Turner's version of what happened here. Manu, thank you very much. And I want to go now to Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat of Connecticut, sits on the Armed Services and Judiciary Committees. Senator, I appreciate your time. I just want to start here with something at the core of this, at least in terms of what the implications might be, and that's Ukraine. You've been vocal about your support for Ukraine, and Mike Turner was a staunch supporter of it. Speaker Johnson has now removed him from the chair of the Intelligence Committee. Turner's a respected, credible foreign affairs expert, and he's been replaced with somebody who voted in line with Trump on this crucial issue of opposing Ukraine aid. What's the actual impact of this?
It sends a message to the House and to the Senate that Trump is going to put personal loyalty to him ahead of the national interest and the United States security interest. Mike Turner is a thoughtful, serious leader of the intelligence community in terms of oversight. He's a strong supporter of Ukraine. I'm disappointed and disgusted that he has been purged from this position and replaced with someone who is far less qualified. But I'm also really disappointed and disgusted with this purge as being part of a larger trend that we're seeing play out even before Donald Trump was inaugurated. We had a nominee for the Afghanistan before the purge. of, I would predict that they may well be confirmed. I'm still hoping.
Yeah.
I'm very clear-eyed, but I'm still hoping that they will take the facts and reach the conclusion that these nominees are deeply unqualified for various specific reasons, but overall, that they are unwilling to say no to Donald Trump and put the nation's interests ahead of loyalty to him.
Senator, when you say threats and intimidation, are you referring just to something like what just happened to former Chairman Turner, or do you know of other specific threats and intimidation?
I'm referring to political and financial threats and intimidation, the threat of withdrawing or withholding donor contributions, influencing them, possible primaries against colleagues from far-right extremists, possible loss of their committee positions that happened to Mike Turner. And that is the reason why your question is so profoundly important. What is the ripple effect here? It's not just that we may surrender Ukraine's interests, which are our own national security interests, or that we've lost a good person as that means. It sends a message of intimidation throughout the ranks of the GOP leaders in the House and possibly the Senate.
So before you go, if I may, Senator, the former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, we have learned, will not attend President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. She's attended every single one since she entered Congress, except for her very first, when she had just been elected. That was H.W. Bush. But since then, every single inauguration of both parties, no matter what term. The former First Lady Michelle Obama also isn't attending. I believe the Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has also said that she is not attending. Are you going to attend?
I will be attending. I think it's part of my job. Michelle Obama doesn't have my job. She's in a much more eminent position, which is true of Nancy Pelosi as well. I'm just a run-of-the-mill senator, but I do think it's part of my position that I should be there.
All right. Well, Senator, thank you very much, and thank you for making that clear as well. Senator Blumenthal, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, everyone's here with me now. David Urban, let me just start with you. And you heard what Senator Blumenthal just said. He said he's going to the inauguration because he thinks it's important for him to do so, that's important for the role. Nancy Pelosi is not attending. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reportedly saying that she won't go either. And as I just mentioned, Michelle Obama, we understand, will not be attending either. We don't know the reasons, although certainly all of those people understand the important implications of their decision. What do you make of their decision and Senator Blumenthal choosing otherwise?
Hey, listen, everyone's entitled to know their own spot, and I think that I'd like to know where those 5 tickets are going because I'd like to have them. Pretty good seats up there in the dais.
All right, and I understand you could smile at it, but Margaret, I guess the serious question here is it a mistake for Pelosi, Ocasio-Cortez to sit out the inauguration, given the signal that it may send? The Blumenthal point of view, which is, I think it's important for the process to be there. Are they making a mistake or not?
Well, I mean, Blumenthal says Nancy Pelosi is not just a run-of-the-mill member of the House of Representatives. That's wrong, actually. She is just a run-of-the-mill member of the House of Representatives. Now, she is a former speaker, but she is no longer in leadership. All technically. She is not third line for the presidency. That would be the strong signal. That would be the miss. Look, this is a different set of circumstances than previously. I mean, let's not pearl clutch about Nancy Pelosi not attending the inauguration of Donald Trump when Donald Trump didn't attend the inauguration of his own successor, Joe Biden. And by the way, had encouraged a mob of people to go ransack the Capitol and then waited multiple hours in the White House and didn't. So it's not like this is a normal set of circumstances that we're comparing it to. I recognize that there is a degree of constancy and familiarity and comfort that is seen when you have all of the former presidents sitting at a former president's funeral. I mean, there was something that even for me was comforting about seeing President Obama and President Trump talking there in National Cathedral.
Yes.
And yet, we cannot remember that these are not just, there is something different, historically different about Donald Trump as an individual that has held that office than any of his successors. And so I do think it is okay to hold this against different standards and not just say, look, Nancy Pelosi didn't say anything. She's just not attending. So we don't know what her reasons are, but one could wager that that's because Donald Trump's presidency is different. Do you think, David, does that add up to you, or do you think it's a point of, well,
No,
if you
no,
act that way,
Margaret.
I can act that way, or is Margaret right?
Oh, yeah, two wrongs don't make a right, Margaret. You know that. Your parents taught you that. You should show up. You show up at funerals and inaugurations. Bare minimum, not a big ask. And I think Nancy Pelosi sends a signal, just like she ripped up the State of the Union address.
Yeah.
Not a good sign, not a good
I
sign.
mean, there are different feelings. I mean, we just can't pretend that this is normal either, right? Like, we can recognize that this is a different kind of inauguration, right? We can recognize that Donald Trump is a different kind of occupant of the office.
An operation where 76 million
Nobody's
people
saying it was a lie.
voted for Donald Trump.
Nobody's saying he didn't win.
Everybody voted for the
Like
guy.
he said about his
Democrats get over it. Show up. We got 4 years. They're going to deal with it every day, day in, day out, 1,460 more days plus. So if you're going to hold your breath until you turn blue, because Donald Trump's the president, get over it.
I understand both points of view here, but I'm so sick of the pearl clutching.
1460, but who's counting?
I have no pearls.
Okay, okay. Margaret, so Donald Trump unveiled his new official portrait today. I thought it was interesting because it's very different from his 2017 one. I mean, look at it, you see the shadow, it was heavily photoshopped, but this is the look that he wanted. And if you look at his 2017 one, totally different look. You look at actually all the others, look at them, look at the smiles. Obama, Trump, Biden, and now this Trump. Glowering. What is the message he's sending?
This is the retribution presidency. I mean, this looks like his mugshot. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, but he's not happy. Is he happy to be the leader of the free world? I don't know. He did promise to be our retribution, to be everybody's retribution. And that was the first thing that sprang to my mind. Look, I hope to God that I hope for the best for this country.
David, what is that picture? I mean, they even wanted to have the dark shadow. Yeah.
Look, I saw the president last week. He's happy. He's glad to be the president of the United States for everybody. And look, this is a tough guy picture. And I think that Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and others will look at this and know there's a new sheriff in town.
All right. Thank you both very much. I appreciate it. And next, Rudy Giuliani getting a last minute bailout. After all of this, somebody put up the money. Somebody put up like more than $10 million for Rudy Giuliani so that he could keep his prized possessions and settle with 2 election workers. Who was it? Plus, with TikTok possibly being shut down in days, millions are turning to another social media app known as the Red Note. It's not being vague or coy there. Yeah, the Red Note, it is a Chinese app closely monitored by the communist government. And a home in the Pacific Palisades miraculously survives the wildfire and then, days later, torn apart by a mudslide.
As of Thursday night, look, it's standing, it's intact. We're gonna come live here. Okay, great. New life. Let's do it here. And then you get kicked in the teeth.
Kobe believed in himself at the youngest possible age.
People who may never know the pastor just like felt his presence.
He wants the opportunity to make his own mistakes. He's gonna end up making them.
That's when Black Mamba was born. It's one of the most remarkable stories in sports history. I don't think he ever has just a basketball player.
Kobe, the making of a legend, produced January 25th on CNN.
You know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Indulge responsibly with Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Dry, tired, itchy, burning? My dry eye symptoms got worse over time. My eye doctor explained the root was inflammation. Cidra was made for that, so relief is lasting.
Cidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if allergic to Cidra and seek medical help if needed. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, blurred vision, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. Before using Cidra, remove contact lenses and wait 15 minutes before reinsert.
Dry eye over and over? It's time for Cidra.
At Fisher Investments, we may look like other money managers, but we're different.
You can't be that different.
We are. We have a team of specialists not only in investing, but also in financial and estate planning and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, and as a fiduciary, we always put their interests first.
But you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, we have a simple management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Huh, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
love with who you love? It's time to get back out there with Fasenra. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma that is taken once every 8 weeks and can also be taken conveniently at home. Fasenra helps prevent asthma attacks. Most patients did not have an attack in the first year. Fasenra is proven to help you breathe better so you can get back to doing day-to-day activities. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Get help for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur. Get back to better breathing. Get back to what you've missed. Ask your doctor about Fasenra, the only asthma treatment taken once every 8 weeks. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
In our family, there was a passion for glass making that's passed down through the generations. On Ancestry, I was able to actually put together our family tree. Each person is a glass worker.
We stood on some pretty broad shoulders to get to where we're at today.
Life, diabetes, there's no slowing down. Each day is a unique blend of people to see and things to do. That's why you choose Glucerna to help manage blood sugar response. Uniquely designed with Carb Steady. Glucerna, bring on the day.
If you're wondering what the good stuff is all about, we're gonna cook and DIY and play games. Like any good recipe, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Things are about to get real exciting. All the good stuff. I also obviously really like to cook. You have to try this at home. I think with food, you can share so much emotion just in a few bites.
Absolutely.
And so much memory of love.
Simple dinners with your family, with your friends. That's what life is all about.
The Good Stuff with Mary Berg. Weekdays on CTV and Crave.
The near-death experience. It's hard to quantify this with words.
I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. But my last thoughts were, God help me. And poof. I was in another place.
So I said, who are you? And it said, I'm everything. And I said, well, that's cool.
Follow the Trump confirmation hearings. Follow the facts. Follow CNN.
Tonight, who bailed Rudy Giuliani out? So the former New York City mayor and Trump lawyer dodging trial today by reaching a surprise agreement with two Georgia election workers he is convicted of defaming during the 2020 election. Now, the stunning announcement came after a long, unexplained delay, as Giuliani was supposed to take the stand today because he was facing the threat of losing his $3.5 million Florida condo and several World Series rings from the New York Yankees, but he didn't show up to court. Instead, he posted a video of his dog at Mar-a-Lago, as reporters were sitting in the courtroom waiting for hours, wondering where he was. This was a bizarre mystery, and then all of a sudden comes this announcement today, a settlement. The Georgia election workers, Ruby Freeman and her daughter, Shay Moss, saying in a statement, quote, "We have agreed to allow Mr. Giuliani to retain his property in exchange for compensation and his promise not to ever defame us." Caitlin Polans is out front. But Caitlin, this is pretty stunning. I mean, there was an incredible amount of money at stake here, and I guess if you're fair, Giuliani wouldn't have that full amount. But then at the very last minute, everyone's sitting in the courtroom, and then the last minute bailout after months of trying to hold on to things like those rings and apartments. So the big mystery today is who the heck bailed him out? What do you know?
Aaron, what a mystery. I've been asking many people, both sides involved in this case, and nothing. Nobody will say anything about how this happened, how it came about. If there is money that Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss are getting, then Aaron, if you step back and look at the situation as it stood for Rudy Giuliani going into today, where he could have lost that condo in Florida worth about $3.5 million, and also the World Series rings worth a couple tens of thousands of dollars. He only had about $10 million to his name, and they had already won the vast majority of it. He had even shipped them his luxury watch collection. They were pocketing all of these things, and then the settlement announcement comes. It says this concludes all of the litigation between Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, those two women that Giuliani had defamed, earned $150 million jury verdict. His appeals were basically dead in the water at this point in time in the courts, and they were continuing to win sanctions against Giuliani because he just wasn't complying
So they were winning and winning and winning, and then Giuliani and Ruby Freeman Shea Moss announced this settlement. They put out statements with little clues. Ruby Freeman Shea Moss's statement says he gets to retain his property in exchange for compensation, no number there. And then Rudy Giuliani's own thing says, I get to retain my New York co-op and Florida condominium and all of my personal belongings. Hanging over all of this, though, Aaron, is this question: did Donald Trump or anyone connected to Trump help him in some way? There was a close friend of Giuliani that was on another station just a few days ago saying somebody around Trump should help. Then Trump posts online, "Save Rudy," multiple exclamation points, and then this settlement comes into being on this trial.
So just to be clear, Caitlin, to understand, they won Ruby and Shea $150 million jury verdict. We know there's a settlement in here, okay, so presumably they're settling for less, but do you know the amount? I mean, how much money are they getting from this serious, we don't know.
No idea. And Giuliani was not just a debt to them. He had a lot of other debts to other people as well. So there's a big question. How much would it have taken for them to just end this all? They were already getting so much out of him. We're very close to having the keys to that $6.5 million New York condo that he had been trying to sell before that they could have sold as well.
All right, Caitlin, thank you very much. I mean, it is stunning. I mean, it's a bizarre mystery. Randy Zellin's out front, Manhattan criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor. So, Randy, we have no idea how Rudy Giuliani got the money for this, right? We know that the two election workers had already won $150 million in a jury settlement, right? They'd already won. They'd won everything. He had nowhere to go, but he didn't have all that money. So I guess let's just start with the question is, you know, we saw the post from the president-elect, and you heard what one of his inner circle said on TV about Save Rudy. Do you think there was somebody in a high place, somebody that just, you know, for whom some maximum amount of money is nothing, who just got in here and helped Rudy Giuliani?
There is no question that a betting person would say that someone who is very interested in spending warmer climate at Mar-a-Lago, and to your point in your earlier segment, look who's showing up at the inauguration. People, whether they like it or not, understand that the next 4 years are going to be Trump work. And you can be part of it, or you can get out of the way of it, or you can get hit by it. And I think, yes, it is entirely plausible, and we'll never know, because someone decided to be that benevolent actor who will get something out of this. And don't be surprised also if these women also recognize, boy, it would really be nice to be able to get on with our lives, because I think we all got the sense from these women, it really was never about money. It was about their reputations and the restorations of their reputations. And now that Mr. Giuliani, and I promise you, we'll never speak about this again, they have their reputations back.
So the jury had awarded them, as I mentioned, $150 million. As you know, Randy, that was actually 3 times what Ruby Freeman and Shea Moss had asked for. They'd asked for $48 million. So whatever you think of all these numbers, the jury gave them 3 times what they asked for. We know Giuliani didn't have that money. He didn't have anywhere near that money, and he owes a lot of other money to a lot of other people. How much do you think they settled for in this deal? I mean, do you have any, just your own thought on this as the defense attorney and prosecutor?
You're filming that over there.
First of all, again,
I'm filming myself.
Honey, you learn how to play on the TV?
What is this? What? What do you think of me?
They had a judge.
Well, you're smarter than I thought.
$48 million. What did it get them? It got them continued aggravation. It got them continued bad notoriety.
Wow, Z's taking over my gym, that's for sure.
That's good. Nothing to lose right now. This isn't even the biggest of his problems. He's got 2 other indictments.
It's a lot there.
Even that he does weights here, and he throws it on the
You
ground.
don't want to do battle with someone with nothing to lose.
Honey, what are those pills right there, the little ones?
He didn't care about the sanctions, didn't care about the health of his health.
Claritin for allergy, you're the one who always said allergy.
I don't need that, honey, don't bring it.
But also,
I need some, I'll buy them.
if you're not motivated by money, what's a lot of money?
He's bringing stuff to that.
Is $1 million a lot of money? Is $5 million a lot of money? If you're not motivated by money.
Honey, is that the suitcase you're bringing right there to give?
Yeah, this one.
All right, well, Randy, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
But he did the weights over here.
This is a lot of crap, junk
Agreements were signed, and I don't know what.
from
will
other
now,
people.
But it is a mystery. Well, next, TikTok is quickly running out of time.
I don't know if we can bring all this in.
I mean, 170 minutes, crazy.
One for you, one for that
And
one.
guess what? They're
Yeah, we got
flogging
1,
that
2, 3,
somewhere
4,
else.
5.
And guess what they picked?
No, no,
The
no.
way of the world, right?
Yeah, they're bringing all of this.
Plus I'm bringing the carry-on.
Plus an Outfront exclusive.
It's okay because we have 45 kilos for you too.
See what Trump is so focused on.
Plus
Yeah, but it's not like 10 suitcases, it's like,
Two,
I think it's
two
two
plus
suitcases.
one.
Yeah, I think it's two suitcases
Yeah.
each, yeah.
Look, streaming DirecTV without a satellite. Did you see how fast?
What are you filming yourself for?
Yeah. I'm doing the live stream.
Ah,
And he's flipping through channels faster than a
taking that Christmas tree over there?
That is the Christmas
I
tree.
know.
I'm gonna
I
take
know.
down.
I know.
Gonna remove that too.
For a condition you can't control.
I still have a lot.
You'll get better.
Our parking's pretty good, honey.
Good.
I did with the, also the blower, to get back, I threw everything further.
That's good.
To make room. We
Good
have,
for
we
you.
do have a lot of snow. So it's like up to date.
Yeah.
All of us can get better.
When we come back from the holidays, I want my gym back, honey.
Classic first timers. They don't know
You have something to say? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Are you crazy? This I'm good. Putting it back. I don't need it. Are you crazy, honey? Why you do that?
Symptoms held me back. Don't let symptoms define you.
Yeah, I didn't
Emerge
raise
as
that.
you with clearer skin. With Tremfya, most people saw 100% clear skin that stayed clear even at 5 years. Tremfya is proven to significantly reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling.
Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine.
Emerge as you with clear skin. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
So are you doing your gym? Are you doing your gym?
It's kind of amazing. Wow. My go-to is Lumify eye drops. Lumify dramatically reduces redness in 1 minute, and look at the difference. My eyes look brighter and whiter for up to 8 hours. Lumify really works. See for yourself. You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Upgrade your plate with Factor. Chef crafted, dietitian approved, ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
My parents worked hard for everything we had. They taught me the value of $1.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
clothes like we said, okay? You're beautiful.
You're dead.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Is that your new brush? Yeah. You want the other one? You can order the other one, you can bring it on vacation.
Another one?
Yeah.
It looks happy, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's your old brush. What's the brush? Okay, and the other one, okay, the new one, how does it feel?
Okay.
This is the new one. Show me the old one how it feels.
It depends on the day. It's a little more complicated with that one.
Some police on my phone.
If Shani cries a lot, but I'm
No, don't you have the old one?
worried.
I don't have an old one.
He doesn't talk, he keeps
Oh,
quiet.
what's the difference between both of them?
I can see he's angry.
It's tiny.
Even on some today.
Tiny, I know. Tiny. It's finer.
Okay.
It's dry.
If you want it,
Because you didn't want to
I
see
just
it.
have to show it to Kevin. And he's
This
gonna
kind
order
of this is bigger.
it. If you
This
have it,
one,
I'll just text it to you.
it's finer.
There you are.
This is finer. Very fine.
That's what you want?
Very fine.
Okay, so send it to me from
You okay?
Amazon Canada, or send it to Kevin.
I saw this on Amazon. This is
Antoine.
the same.
Okay.
Very fine. See?
I've been meaning to talk to you for
Okay.
quite a while
What's the
now.
number on it?
To be honest, I just didn't know what to do.
Is that it right there?
Or what to do.
Yeah, this is in Amazon. I'm from.
Okay. So,
I know you're
okay,
angry
send
with
it,
me.
I'll send it to Kevin.
No problem later.
You're right to be angry. I'm angry with me too.
You must be angry.
If I hadn't
Send
made
it
that
to me.
decision to go to the hotel,
We didn't see him
none
like
of
in
this
whole
would
world.
have happened. But you gotta know, it's really eating me up. Every day, every night. I think about it.
I don't give a shit. I don't care about you at all.
I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say, Antoine. I'm here to help you.
I don't want you to help.
Soft breeze and brush. Says my
And this is
I hear
Amazon
you. You know
Canada.
something about how my dad died. Is that true? I overheard Mom mentioning something. You're telling me that you want to help, then start by telling everyone what you fucking know. Hello.
Hello?
I'm sorry. I got lost on the way. I don't know this area.
I just wanted to meet in a quiet place.
Well, I hardly doubt anyone bothers here. All ears.
Do you mind showing me that? You're not recording,